My name is Jenna, and once again, I am the resident bear sen, or a bear keeper here at the black bear habitat. And we are having Belle and Willow come out, and I really wanted to get the chance to talk to you guys about this coming Saturday. We are celebrating black bears. Saturday, the first Saturday of June, is National Black Bear Awareness Day. So that is a great opportunity for us to talk to you guys and to get everybody excited and to educate people about how great black bears are. So if you guys have any misunderstandings or fear on black bears, I want to help you guys change that misunderstanding into understanding and respect. Black bears are really incredible animals, and we have Belle right here, and she is licking some honey and oats off of an enrichment item that we call a boomer ball. Now, black bears are extremely intelligent animals, and they love to problem solve and risk take and assess their opportunities for munching and eating. Now, bears as a rule are general snackers. So all throughout the day, they are looking and foraging for many items to snack on, such as Belle right here. So she is kind of taking inventory of all of the options that we have. Now, Belle is kind of our lazy bear. She has a very different personality. So what she's doing is she is assessing all of the puzzle feeders or enrichment items that we have. And she's like, okay, what is going to be the easiest way that I could get some food? Willow, her sister, she is a very motivated bear. She loves a challenge, and so when she comes into view, she's around this big boulder face right now. She is going to probably throw a lot of items and be really extra and really energetic about it. So if you see a bear run around and like throw and carry things, that's probably going to be Willow working overtime trying to get these items. She's actually over here messing with this enrichment item under this big log right here. It kind of looks like a giant wind chime. And she is trying to get all of her favorite items before her sister Belle does. So Belle, as you can see, she's still working on that one item. She's sniffing it. She's trying to figure out the easiest way to problem solve and get to anything. So she has just decided that that's probably a little too difficult for her. So she is coming over to the far side of the habitat to forage. Now, foraging is a great behavior we love to encourage with our bears. It is a natural behavior that you would see with bears in their native habitat. And so they are going to be going around and foraging or looking and searching for really fun food items. So Willow, she just knocked down a bunch of goodies or parts of her diet out of some of those enrichment puzzle feeders that she was manipulating. And she is eating, it looks like bear biscuits, which they are specially formulated. They have everything that a bear needs. All of those essential vitamins and minerals. And we also have a lot of vegetables, foods that are high in fiber, and some really top favorite items like berries and grapes. Now, we always have questions. Well, this is a brown bear I'm looking at, and you're calling them black bears. What does that mean? Well, black bears, despite their name, vary in many, many different colors. Now, Belle and Willow hail from California, so the western population of black bears are going to be that brown coloration that you see in front of you today with Belle and Willow. And that tends to be, depending on where they're found throughout the United States. So the further west, black bears are going to be that brown bear coloration. The further east, such as in Florida, they're going to be that black coloration that you would come to expect black bears to be. So we have a question. Sorry for if I'm mispronouncing this. DePauli asks, what is their favorite food? That is a great question. Now, Belle and Willow love the really sugary, sweet fruits, such as their berries and grapes. A close second is probably going to be their apples. And a specialty item that they really enjoy is watermelon. So you can see Willow right in front of you right now. She's about to try to problem solve and figure out exactly how to break open or solve this giant puzzle. Now we have all sorts of different items for our bears. Bears are extremely intelligent, and in their native habitat they are constantly assessing how to get to their favorite items, such as honey, grapes, as I said. Bears will even seek out bees, not just for their honey, that is a big bonus, but they will even ingest and eat bees as a part of their diet as well. So they are kind of like assessing and trying to figure out how to get to those items. Now bears are relying on their sense of smell. That is their strongest sense, followed by their hearing and their eyesight. A lot of people believe that bears don't have very good eyesight. They do. They have about as good as us as far as eyesight goes, but their sense of smell is very important to them. So you could see Belle and Willow, they're kind of like trying to pick out what enrichment items are going to be like their favorite, because they're sniffing out like, oh, this one smells like grapes. Oh, this one smells like vegetables. So I'm gonna go for the grapes over the vegetables. Lauren asks, how can we help save bears in the wild? That is a fantastic question. Now, bears, black bears, are doing fairly well in the wild, but one of the best ways that you could do to help us save bears is to come to the zoo and learn about our Take Action initiatives. Now, Take Action initiatives are a great way for us to help take advantage of the ways that we could help conserve and save. Now, one of our Take Action initiatives is paper conservation. Now, in order to save paper, we need to save trees. Black bears heavily rely on trees. In fact, they are probably the safest. They feel the safest when they are high up in a tree. Bears are incredible climbers, and it takes 27,000 trees away from black bear habitats to produce the world's toilet paper. So by helping us to conserve toilet paper, maybe switching to renewable toilet paper, that would be a really great way to help us save black bears in the wild. A lot of people will also ask us how you could tell Belle and Willow apart. Well, Belle is the bear that is on the left. She is standing on her hind legs right now, and she's trying to figure out how to flip this enrichment item to get to some goodies that are at the bottom. Now, she is problem solving and trying to figure that out, just like if at home you enjoy maybe playing video games or puzzles or even crosswords. You're going to try to problem solve that, figure out how to put that puzzle, and she's assessing the best way to be the most efficient or the most successful with the least amount of energy, because remember, I told you Belle Bear is our lazy bear, whereas Willow, she's the one on the right, and she's throwing around this square box right here. You can see she's getting ready to kick it. She may even toss it in the pool. Sometimes we observe her doing that because if there is any fruit items, such as apples that might float, she'll toss it in the pool, and she's figured out that those will float, and that is a really great way for her to grab that fruit with the least amount of effort. Mariah asks, where do bears live in the wild? Great question. Now, all around the world, there are 8 species of bear, and here in the United States, we are lucky to have 3 native species. So American black bears, which is what we have, which is what Belle and Willow are, they are native to the United States. They could be found throughout the United States. So Belle and Willow came from California. So California black bears are going to be that brownish coloration. They even have some blonde bears that are in the northern regions, even a glacial bear that is bluish. And all the way across to the East Coast are going to be those black bears that are black in coloration. So we are going to see if our bears would like to participate in a training session. Now, training is very important for our bears and for us as well. So if you want to follow me, we are going to see if carnivore keeper Megan is going to get one of our bears to participate in a training session. So Belle Bear is actually coming up. Now, training is very important for a number of reasons. Now, training behaviors that we use are important ones for husbandry. So, animal husbandry is a big word that means what's going to set us and the bears up for the most success to help them get the care that they need and deserve. We also pair this with their medical care. So our bears are actually trained to voluntarily participate or choose to participate in vaccine training. Now, vaccines, that is something that we are very much familiar with, especially nowadays. And by asking our bear to participate is a great way to kind of take that choice. So bears always have a choice with what they choose to participate in. Training is a great opportunity. Now, if just anybody were to come up and ask our bears to train, you might have a challenge, because in order to train, you first have to do relationship building sessions. So kind of think of it like a bank, but instead of money, it's a trust bank. So you are going to build up on that trust, and through that trust, you're going to build a relationship with that bear to be able to ask them or help reinforce and train complex behaviors such as nail trim or a blood draw behavior or a vaccine or injection training behavior. Now, Megan is asking Belle Bear to lay down, which is a nice restful position. So if our bears are a little too energetic, a little too excited, we could ask them to redirect that energy by asking them to sit down. Now, this is one of my favorite behaviors to ask is stand, because for us, we are getting an opportunity to fully assess and look at that stomach region, that chest, some areas that we might not be able to see all the time for animals that are on all four. For you guys, that is a really great opportunity to see the sheer size of Belle and Willow. Now, Belle is around 330 pounds. Willow is quite a bit smaller. She's around 220 pounds, so almost a 100-pound difference there. What's funny is you would think Belle would be the dominant bear. Willow actually rules the roost. So Willow has like that really outgoing, extroverted, and confident personality, whereas Belle is a little more reserved. She's not very sure of herself, and she is a little more lazy, so she might not take opportunities up. Now, since Megan has Belle standing up, you can see that white patch. That is another way to tell Belle and Willow apart. That little white patch right there. Willow does not have any white on her chest whatsoever. And you can see Belle is a bit fluffy. She's definitely a bigger bear. I have actually given her the nickname Fluff Monster, because when she wakes up, she is all fluffy. She's got that bed head. I can definitely relate to that whenever I first wake up in the morning. Willow is a lot more put together, and she is a lot more of a smaller bear. Now, the type of training that we're doing is positive reinforcement through operant conditioning. Woo, that is a big jargon of words that basically means it's an ask and reward system. Megan can ask Belle to do a behavior, and if she wants to participate, that is her choice. But if she does, she's going to be positively reinforced with grapes and blueberries. Katrina asks, when do they hibernate and for how long? That is a great, great question. Thank you for asking that. So, bear hibernation is very interesting, and bears are true individuals. So some bears will actually choose not to hibernate, and some bears will kind of be a little overzealous about it and will choose to hibernate way early than necessary. And a lot of that depends on the food availability. So before hibernation, bears go through what's known as hyperphagia, and that is a term that means eating all the time. So bears around this time to, let's say November, depending on where they're found. The only thing that they're concerned about is how much food can I eat to bulk up for this harsh winter. So bears are capable of eating up to 100,000 berries a day. And bears that have access to salmon, dozens and dozens of salmon a day to bulk up. So their main objective is to eat as much as they can. And they are capable of eating over 60,000 calories a day. Our bears will hibernate, and they will kind of stay there until early March. But a more accurate term for bear hibernation is torpor, because our bears are still capable of getting up. They might come over to us keepers so that we could like say hi or something. So it's not a true hibernation where they are down for the count until all the snow melts. So it just depends. Belle bear doesn't really like to hibernate. Willow, she is very extra about hibernation. So she's always going to be the first one that we see denning. Okay guys, well thank you so much for tuning in. Join us next Wednesday at 11 a.m. for another Facebook Live. Now don't forget, this Saturday is Black Bear Awareness Day, and we're going to have all sorts of fun enrichment items and opportunities for you to see our bears and help you really fall in love with our black bears and learn many different ways of how to help conserve and guarantee that black bears stay on this planet for many generations to come. Thank you.